I have tried every polyester string in the Yonex family, so you don't have to. What are my thoughts? Which ones are good? Which ones suck? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna rank these strings from bottom to top, from worst to best, but there's a few that I'm not really gonna focus on well, they suck. Those are the Yonex Polytour Spin, Air, and Drive. I didn't like them at all. They felt like garbage. I just had nothing really positive to say about them. They weren't any good. But yeah, they just sucked. They just felt cheap and plasticky, and it was just really bad. So those three, Air, Spin, and Drive, don't waste your time with those. Those strings were not very good. I'm gonna focus on the top four that I actually liked. Also, let me give you a little disclaimer here. I tried all of these strings in my Yonex E-Zone, I don't know if you can see that, the E-Zone Tour, and I strung them all between 52 and 53 pounds depending, because that's typically the tension I like. So this is like our new racket thing that holds all the rackets. I think it's pretty cool. So number 4 was Polytour Strike. Polytour Strike is a very firm polyester. To me, felt like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. It felt like a poor man's RPM blast. It's very stiff, not a lot of feel. It really feels stiff, it feels like you're hitting with a board. There was a little bit of ball pocketing, a little bit of grip. The tension maintenance is just too harsh of a string. Maybe if I lowered the tension a little more, maybe in like the upper 40s, it would have felt better, but way too harsh of a string for me. If you really like really stiff strings, maybe you would like it, but it was a little plasticky feeling and just overall not the best. It was okay. The next one on the list, number 3, is Yonex Polytour Fire. Fire is the red string that I believe Ribakina uses, and I don't know if anybody else uses it. It was an okay string. It reminded me of one of those strings that kind of does everything okay, but nothing really fantastic. The feel was okay, the tension maintenance was okay, the power was okay, the ball pocketing and the grip on the ball was okay, but nothing was like spectacular. So it was just kind of an okay string. I mean, I could probably use it, but nothing that was like amazing. The plus side of it is it's on discount at a lot of places, so you can get it for, you can get it for cheaper. But yeah, it was just okay. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. Number 2 on this list. This might be surprising or it might not, but number 2 is Polytour Pro. Polytour Pro was my number 2 out of the Yonex Poly family because the feel is amazing. This string feels so good, man. It's so comfortable, and it's like playing with a pillow. I mean, but in a good way. It's so soft. The feel is so nice. The ball pocketing is pretty good. It really just the comfort was the main thing that I loved about this string. When you hit it flush in the string bed on the sweet spot, God, it felt amazing. It plays a little flatter. It's got okay grip on the ball, nothing crazy. It's not too much of a spinny string. It plays a little flat, but it feels so good. The reason that it's my number 2 and not my number 1 is because the tension maintenance on the string is atrocious. It feels great for like 20 to 30 minutes, and then the tension feels like it drops like 5 to 10 pounds. I mean, that's the only thing I don't like about the string is the tension maintenance. Could be because it's softer, I don't know, but it just does not hold tension well at all. Now, if you're a pro and you get your strings cut out and restrung every set or whatever it is, that's cool. I could see why you would love the string, but I'm not. I'm an amateur player, play for fun, and I'm not cutting these strings out all the time to restring it just because it loses tension. That's the only reason this is my number 2. Number 1, does the orange string give it away? Polytour Rev. This is my favorite Yonex polyester string. I had a little bit of a difficult time choosing between this and the Polytour Pro, but Polytour Rev feels really great as well. It's very muted and pretty soft, not quite as soft as Polytour Pro, but it's got a lot better spin potential, and it holds the tension way better. So I kind of thought of it as like a Polytour Pro that held its tension better and generated a little more spin. Feels really good. I mean, to me, it ticks all the boxes. I love this string. There's been kind of like mixed reviews about this string. Some people have dogged it, some people love it. I love it. I'm in the camp that loves this string. Tension maintenance is great, spin potential is great, ball pocketing is great, the feel is great. So I am officially switching to Yonex Polytour Rev. This is my string of choice from now on. But yeah, those are just some of my opinions. I went through, trying new strings is like the biggest pain in the ass. I went through these strings over the last few months, stringing, trying them out, hitting with them. You know, it's not the most fun thing to do, is trying out strings, but we got it done, and I finally found strings that I want to use. So Polytour Rev is, in my opinion, the best Yonex poly string out there. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have different opinions or whatever the case is, drop them in the comments below. Start the flame wars, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.